Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Hope everybody's having a good Tuesday morning. Hope you got some good hot coffee. And let's just see who we got hanging out with us this morning. I got Jack hanging out with me as usual. Let's see here. We've got Mr. Larry Galt. Says, good morning, everyone. Heat has settled in for the duration. Normal Texas summer. Nothing to do with climate change. Yeah, it's been a hot one, man. You know, I was talking about the triple digits yesterday. We had at one time, I was trying to figure out how to do a screenshot on my phone, but this new phone's different. And I looked it up one time and now I can't remember what it was. So, but anyway, it said like 94 feels like 102. It was just rough yesterday, the humidity, or not so much the humidity, I guess the dew point was really high. It was like 71% or something, but just crazy. There's Paul Stewart. He says, good morning, everyone. Thumbs up. Yeah, we got a few thumbs up over there. Got some going. There's Mark Lindsay. How you doing, Mark? George Rothfuss is here. Good morning, George. Marcello. Good morning, sir. Darren Birds. Says, morning, everyone. Raining again. I thought it was supposed to be a hot, sunny summer, not a rainforest. Well, it is what it is. Gary Hammett's here. Good morning, Gary. Let's see, Kevin Els is here. Good morning to you. Monroe is here this morning. How you doing, Monroe? Clyde CNC is here. Good morning, Clyde. Mark Bixel's hanging out over there on Facebook, as well as Mr. Bill Hoffman. Jimbo Burt's here this morning. Roll Tide. Good to see you, Jim. LB Sharp's here this morning. Good morning to you. So, a lot of the usual suspects. I don't, like I said, another typical Tuesday morning. I got nothing to talk about, really. Same old stuff I always talk about. I don't think I told you, though. And this is just something that's exciting to me. It's not gonna be exciting to y'all. I was looking through I don't know what, I lost so much weight and it's staying off that I got only a few pairs of pants that I can actually wear that don't look ridiculous because they're so baggy. But I got to digging around in one of the bottom drawers that I never go in. And I pulled it open the other day because I thought I still had some stuff in there I could wear. And I'm like, oh, nuts. Everything's in the dirty clothes basket. So I'm going to have to do laundry. And so I looked and there was like a pair of like blue jean shorts or something. And so I picked them up. I thought, well, maybe those will fit again. Because everything that goes to my bottom drawer is like stuff I've outgrown. So when I pulled those up, I saw brand new pair of jeans. I mean, not faded at all. And I'm like, where did those come from? But I got, and sure enough, it's a size I can wear. And I must have bought them and quickly outgrew them and decided to just put them in that bottom drawer thinking, yeah, maybe one day I'll be able to wear them again. And sure enough, so it's like Christmas again. So I'm pretty happy about that. Let's see, Mr. Thomas Grimm is here. He says, morning, y'all. The Austin mayor has declared a return to phase 4 of the pandemic Not much to do with the pandemic. Much more normal Austin politics. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, a lot of that going on everywhere. Steve in Toronto is here this morning. How you doing? Mark says his interior wall sheeting is being delivered today, and I'm pumped about it. But man, I got a lot of work to do. Yeah, well, you'll enjoy it when you get it done. Then. Doc Whitaker's here this morning. How you doing, Doc? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I had kind of an interesting morning. Yeah, I guess it was still morning yesterday. After the coffee sessions, I had to go out in my other. I call it my other shop, but it's my garage. That's my CNC shop because that's where all the CNCs are, is in the garage. Anyway, I had to go out there and do a little work and get some stuff packed up ready to ship, and then I had to take it to the UPS store. Well, when I got down to the UPS store, I thought, well, I don't I don't have anything pressing that I have to do. So I'm gonna go run by Fire Station 12. For those of you who don't know, Fire Station 12 is the location. And they're about 8 miles from me. But when I called 911 that fateful day, they are the ones that responded and took me to Piedmont Henry, the first hospital. So anyway, so I went by there in search of the paramedic and the EMT that took care of old Dave. But I missed it by one day, so I've got to go back there this morning. They work kind of a 3-on, 3-off shift. And when I walked in there, I'm not sure. I guess it was the paramedic. I think that's who he was. And it was funny because he said it was his first day at that station. But he was sitting there at a computer. And, of course, he didn't know what the heck I was doing walking in there. And I said, if you got a minute, let me tell you a story. I said, I had a heart attack back on the 16th of April. And I was at Great Clips getting my hair cut. And soon, the gal said, well, you haven't been in here in a while. And when I mentioned the heart attack, she perked up and wanted to hear all about it. And then her husband, I guess, is an EMT, and I think her brother is either an EMT or paramedic one. So she was really interested in hearing all about my heart attack stuff. And then she was telling me that, she goes, well, you should go by there and thank him. And I said, well, I would, but it's been a while. I was in the hospital for 11 days and on a lot of drugs. So I don't remember, what the guy's name was, what thing they cut. And she goes, well, you can call the non-emergency number and tell them your address, and they'll be able to tell you what station would be the one that responds to the call. So anyway, I told the guy all that stuff, and he's like, oh yeah, we can look that right up. And he was at the computer and he was just going at it, and he pulled it up and he said, no, what day was it? And I said, April 16th. I said, I called 911 at 3:06 p.m. And he looked it all up and he goes, they'll be here tomorrow. He goes, you missed it by one day. He goes, that's the other crew. So I'm going to try to go back by there this morning, right after the coffee sessions. And see, I do have their names. He was nice enough to write down their names for me. And once he said this guy's name, it all came back to me. I remember him telling me his name in the ambulance because it's kind of a weird, unusual name. But the paramedic that was stuffing the nitro under my tongue was David Bulltice. Yeah, it's kind of an unusual name. And then the other guy that was the EMT that was driving the ambulance was Justin Ellis. So, yeah, it's cool how they can go back that far because it's been over 3 months now, and they can tell exactly who did the call and everything about it. And what was funny is as I was standing there talking to the guy, excuse me, he was pulling something else up on the computer. Of course, I'm on the other side of the desk, so I didn't know what he was doing. And all of a sudden, his eyes got big. He goes, "Wow!" And I'm looking at him. He goes, "Come around here and look at this." So I go around, and he had pulled up the EK. I guess it's EKG, all the little squiggly lines. He had pulled that up because I guess they save all that stuff. So he had that right in front of him from that call. And he, this guy's smart. Because it just looked like a bunch of squiggly lines to me. But he pointed and he says, "You see how this is doing this?" And then he pointed on me and he goes, "See, that's right here." He says, "Yeah." He says, you had the Widowmaker." He said, "Somebody was looking out for you." So, yeah, the whole thing's just kind of weird to me sometimes, almost like a bad dream when I wake up and think, "No, that's just a dream. That really didn't happen." Now I go look in the mirror and see that big 8-inch scar, and I'm like, "Yeah, I guess it did." But anyway, so that's what I'll be doing this morning. I'll be going back over there to thank those guys. But it was neat talking to the other guy and seeing just how much information they save. Now I wonder how long they keep that. Probably forever. I don't know how they do it, but Gary said, "As a retired firefighter and paramedic, it means a lot." Yeah. Well, like I said, I have no doubt if I wouldn't be here. Well, I sure wouldn't be here without the cardiologist that did the heart cath once I got to the hospital. But it seemed like forever to take us to get to the hospital because, like I said, it was Friday afternoon traffic around this area. And if you know anything about this area, traffic's bad every day, but Friday afternoon when people are coming home from work, ugh. But yeah, so they managed to keep me alive till they got me over there. So yeah, I'm gonna go by and thank them. But well, thank you, Larry. I'm kind of glad I'm still here too. I know Jack is because it's right here. He's up here begging again. But anyway, yeah, that's what I'll be doing today. Well, that's one of the things. I'll be doing that right after the coffee sessions. And then I've got to come home, cut up some plywood. Got some plywood sitting in my truck. And we had a huge rainstorm last night. So I'm hoping and praying that my tonneau cover did like it always does and did not let any water in. Whenever I go get plywood, and especially now since it's like buying gold, I have 3 2x4s that I keep on the bottom of my bed so that I slide the plywood in there. So should any water get in there, there's a gap where they shouldn't get wet. But I didn't buy a full pickup load this time. Wait and see. I got over it was $72.30 a sheet for that stuff. And I'm not wanting to go up on price, so I'll just try try to suck it up for a while and just buy less, just buy enough to last a few days or so, and we'll see how that works out. If I'm having to turn around and run over there every other day or something, then yeah, I'll go ahead and buy some more of it. But things have kind of slowed down, so I don't. For some reason, I think people may be a little unsure about our economy. Go figure. Um, but anyhow, yeah. So I got to do that, and of course, by the time I go back over to the fire station, visit with those guys for a while, and then come back home, it's gonna be it's gonna be really hot and sticky. And we're supposed to get. They said today's going to be pretty much a carbon copy of yesterday, so we'll probably get some uh, you know pop-up thunderstorm. Man, we had some dudes. In fact, I got ready to go to Home Depot about 5 o'clock. I thought, well, I think I'll treat myself to some Zaxby's. I haven't had any uh, buffalo wings in a while, so I thought I'll go to Home Depot, get that, and then I'll stop at Zaxby's on the way home. And then I got ready to walk outside, open up the garage door, and it's raining. And I'm like, nah, I'll wait a minute. Because I don't want that plywood to get wet at all. So, and I know it would still get wet, getting it from the store to my truck if it's sprinkling. So I waited a while, and then I got to watching Billy Burt. He was doing the live stream. And I watched all but the very end of it. And then I thought, okay, I'm getting hungry. I'll run to Zaxby's. I can do that in the rain. So I went to Zaxby's, got some buffalo wings, came back, ate them. And then I went back and looked outside again. It was still lightly sprinkling, but I'm thinking, well, back over the other direction towards the west where Home Depot is, it looks like it may not be raining over there. So I took a chance, went over there. And I'm glad I did, because at least I don't have to do that. Now, I hate going over there in the daytime because you got all kinds of contractors over there. And they got their stuff all parked in the way and, blocking the thing. So when you come out of the store with a cart full of plywood, and you got to push it half a mile out of the way to get it to the. Yeah. Anyway, I'm glad I went over there and got that. But like I said, once I got home, it was raining again. So I couldn't pull it out and cut it up. So it's just sitting up there in the truck. Let's see. Gary says he thinks they keep that stuff 15 years. That's a long time. Mark says everything has slowed down. My YouTube metrics, Amazon website, and everything I've talked to says the same. Yeah, and I don't want to get talking politics here, but you can look at my thing now. Of course, I had the heart attack in April, so obviously, a lot of people were giving me a break and like, well, he's not able to fill orders, so I'm not gonna order anything. So that took, I knew April would be off, but you can look. I mean, I had a just gangbuster January, February, and March. But about time all this new administration gets in there and starts doing all the things, ruling with his pen, I could see everything. So yeah, I'm going to blame it on them. Because I'm not doing anything any different. I'm doing everything exactly the same as I've always done. But I just think people are a little uncertain about the future. Yeah, they're so busy trying to keep everybody scared about everything and all that. So, good morning, Mr. Bill Larison. Hope all is well in Plainfield. Yeah, folks are getting out, spending the money on travel and food after all the lockdowns. Yeah, but see, now they're trying to scare them all back in the house. It's, I haven't even been paying any attention to the Olympics, but I just see stuff posted on Facebook. But, they don't have any audience over there watching. It's just they're all performing in front of empty stands. They say, "Here's your medal. Walk over there and pick it up yourself. Put it on yourself." We're not even going. It's crazy. So who knows? They're they're going to try to keep everybody scared about that and about money, I guess. But I don't know, I've kind of enjoyed it a little bit because it's given me lots of time to play around and do other stuff. I mean, I counted up. I put out a video on Saturday morning now, 9 weeks in a row. That's crazy talk right there. I've never done. Even when I was really doing it before, I never did it like that. I just posted the video when they're here and there. But yeah, my poll. Let me look at. Let me look at my poll I was telling you about yesterday. Did you ever find that? Was it Larry Gold, I think, was asking me about the poll? Let's see, how do I find it on here? If you never did find it, if you go to my YouTube channel, and then I think you'll see, not this channel, not the Coffee Sessions channel, but my real channel, the one that's a little bit more important. And then up the top, there should be a community tab. I think that's what y'all see. Okay, so here's I don't think I told you what the things were on my poll. But so far, there's been 65 people, though, I guess subscribers, because it says, I think they would have to be a subscriber to even see this. But it says, if you're a subscriber of mine and receive a notification and I've just uploaded a new video, what kind of video are you hoping you will see? Thanks in advance for taking the time to answer. All right. Number 1 is a CNC project. Number 2 is a CNC tutorial of some kind. Number 3 is building handy jigs and fixtures. 4 is a wood turning project. And then 5, I put, I don't care, I'll watch whatever you post. Well, so far, here's the percentages. A CNC project has 34%, so it's second in the line of in the popularity here. The CNC tutorial of some kind has 23%, so it's like third in the popularity here. The building handy jigs and fixtures and a wood turning project, both of those only have 3%. But leading the way is the last one at 37%. It says, I don't care, I'll watch whatever you post. So I guess it don't matter what I post. And again, I went back and looked at my analytics. I was talking about those yesterday. Remember, I was saying that for my lifetime, the subs only account for less than 10% of my views, 9.4%. And then the people that aren't subscribed were 90.7%. Well, I went back. I thought, well, let me go back and check it. So I went and did it for like the last 365 days, the last 90 days, the last 28 days. And was that it? I don't know. That might have been it. So now the subs account for a little more recently, but it's still like 80-20. They only account for about 20% or so of of the views. So when I see analytics like that, it just kind of tells me, I'm like, well, why should I worry about whether my video is really liked by my subscribers? Because they're not the ones watching anyway. It's just random people stumbling across it. You know, I don't know. But I'm going to leave that poll on there for a couple of weeks and we'll see. Because, you know, like I said, I've got a little under 40,000 subs and there's 65 people. So people don't even care enough to vote, I guess. So anyway, let's see. Missing some. Hey, there's my buddy Rob Schuster. Might come up with a good nickname for him. Yeah. Let's see. Mark says, yeah, that. They're going back to work. Yeah, it could be. Mark says, I should be able to go back to my one video per week posting schedule in January. Yeah, once you get all this shop stuff out of the way, because, you know, that really needs to take priority. You know, I mean, do a video if you got time, but now that you've got it all dried in and stuff, where even bad weather shouldn't hold you up from getting out there and working on it, I would say that. I know that would be my priority. Thomas says, as a YouTube consumer, I see a significantly smaller number of posts per day on my subscription list. Well, I have I go down through, you know, of course, most of the people, I won't, not all, but most of the people I'm subscribed to pretty much post on a regular schedule. And a lot of times I forget what date that when their video's coming out and stuff, but yeah, but the bad thing is so many of them, it's bad for me because I like to watch them. But what happens is there's so many of them that will release a video on like Friday and or Saturday. And I'm so hungry for their content that I watch it all. And then I'm like, okay, now I got to sit and wait another week till they put something else out. So, but I subscribe to a couple of new folks, small channels that I learned about by watching Billy Burt's live yesterday. There was a couple of, and that's actually how I've found a lot of the folks that I'm subscribed to now or recently, is because, you know, I'll watch so-and-so and then they mention a channel and I'm like, oh, well, let me go check them out. So I go check them out and then I subscribe. Then you start watching them a little bit and then you hear them mention a channel. All right, how do I get back to this, silly? Oh, there we go. All right, they're trying to tell me to get off of here. But anyway, that's how I found a lot of the channels, just by other people mentioning that kind of stuff. Mark says, I voted for jigs and fixtures. I like to see work holding in special situations. Well, you know, I'm going to get off here because I'm out of time, but I will say one more thing because you just made me think of it. You know, out of that poll, like I said, it's been kind of going back and forth between I don't care what you post and the CNC stuff, because I'm obviously most known for CNC stuff. But if you are a real YouTuber and you go look at my channel as a whole, you will see that, yeah, the series that I've done on how to build this and this kind of router, and then when the Gatton CNC come out, the build videos for that, those are pretty popular, and obviously people watch them because they're watching them when they are doing their build and stuff. But those aren't anything compared to the just regular old woodworking. Like when I did, my most popular video, it's got over 1.1 million views, and it was for building a what I called a copy carver duplicator. It was a 2-part thing. Part 1 has over 1 million views. You look at my bench picnic table, got over 500,000 views. So that's what I mean. All of the stuff that are the most popular videos for me have nothing to do with CNC. Nothing. So anyway, all right, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna run back over to Fire Station 12 and see if I can talk to my buddy over there and give him a big thank you for keeping my ticker going till we got to the hospital. So anyway, y'all have an awesome Tuesday. We'll be back here tomorrow for Hump Day. Hey, and leave a thumbs up on the way out, you slackers. I know there's some that hadn't done it. Everybody have a good one. We'll see y'all.